oh boy. Oh boy. And lawsuit. Mickey Mouse.
But yeah, so we recently did publish a blog article about some of the more common escape room themes that we see across the board. Coming in at number 1, not really too much of a surprise, zombies.
We've done that.
But yeah, I mean, it is super popular, obviously, with movies and general media currently. So, I mean, it does lend itself very well to escape rooms, I think. Except, unless you get too... Like, there's some that are just basic, and then there's some that go above and beyond with the zombie theme.
I mean, obviously, I think we do an amazing zombie theme with Cure Z. But in all fairness, too, I would say that zombies as a medium were in a big spike.
Oh, yes.
And it's always popular, but it was in a major spike of popularity in 2015 and 2016 with The Walking Dead.
Yeah. The
Walking Dead has massively slid its viewership. So it's still one of the top shows on TV as far as its ratings, but from where it was, it's like American Idol. They would always say, like, even if American Idol lost half its viewers, it would still be the most watched show on television type of thing.
Zombies have never really, excuse the pun, but they've never really died. I mean, probably more so than vampires and werewolves and stuff like that. Like, zombies are just kind of like the evergreen horror genre. As I said in previous podcasts, they're just so easy. So that's usually like the go-to for indie filmmakers to make a zombie movie because it's so easy.
Yep.
As Christina said, it lends itself very well to the escape room genre as well. So, I mean, yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all.
What's next?
Next we got tombs, like Egyptian tombs and that sort of style.
Yeah, I've played a lot of those.
Yes.
I have played a lot of those. Right by our location in Pennsylvania, Kalahari has an Egyptian tomb. I guess sort of. Mayan tomb is 15 minutes away from us at Last Minute Escape. In Five Wits,
yes,
they have the Egyptian tomb game. We played that there. Oh no, we didn't play that one.
No, we didn't do that one, but that was there.
But I played that one. That is a very popular concept. I think what makes that like one of the ever-present successful ones is that it's a cool set. It's definitely a land that you can't just venture to. Whereas zombie games are typically allowed.
Yeah, and even with zombie games too, it's a very evergreen element. Going back to pulp novels from the 20s and 30s, it's just always been some sort of elaborate death trap from like an ancient civilization. It's Indiana Jones, it's Doc Savage,
right?
It's the Mummy movies. The idea of being in like a poison, like this tomb and having to escape for whatever reason has always just kind of been this big trope in storytelling for a long time. So, several, almost 100 years now. Since they, King Tut kind of opened up that whole, interest in Egypt and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's another trope that lends itself very well.
It's a natural...
Yeah, it's just a natural go-to.
Whereas the zombies, the most popular is actually a franchise game of Trapped in a Room with a Zombie. Yes. And the idea is that they're on a cable or a chain, and as you play the game, as the time goes on, the zombie gets released more and more.
It's the one game I have absolutely no interest in playing.
Well, apparently also if it tags you, you're out of the game completely, and you can't continue to play. That's apparently another, at least one of them, that's another add-on with it.
And it's not to knock the game, but once Cure Z opened the first time, when it was in our Red Bank location, and we would pitch it to people, it was always like, do you have it on the chain that gets longer and longer? No, that's a different place. And I would get that question every time. Mm-hmm. So I'm just sick of hearing it. So, like, no offense to the company out there who has it, but it sounds cool, but like I'm just so overburdened with getting that question. I'm just like I don't want to play it.
Agreed. Okay, after Tombs,
we got Defuse the Bomb, another big one. Especially, I know in New York currently, the paint bomb one is really blowing up.
Frank, you're fired.
That one lends itself to a lot of different concepts. That's not
Yes.
necessarily even like a theme as much as it's a trope in a theme.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know the paint one is quite different.
Yeah.
You go in literally in like a covered bodysuit so that when it goes off, you know. But that's like, you want it to go off because you want that moment where you know,
you kind of want that satisfaction of
you
being
need that
caught in
money shot.
Yeah.
Catch a load to the face.
Okay. Anyways, no, I mean we have our Puzzles and Quirks national security game.
Yes.
Which is very similar to that.
Yeah.
You know, we don't lock you in an escape room. It's just kind of like a casual tabletop drinking game.
And then the variation of it for trapdoor events, which is immensely popular. I think that's our most requested events.
Yeah, that one goes over very well with a lot of people. It's just a cool concept. It's just a cool scenario to be in because you can bring it everywhere. You know, it's just it's a fun game. It really gets the tension up.
Okay.
Next, we've got serial killers. So sort of along the lines of the Architect and that sort of genre of it. Saw.
Yeah.
Criminal Mastermind.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the Saw genre, the Saw films have kind of made that into a thing now, and it works, I guess.
Yes, we know the Cube came first. What's after that?
The Abominable Dr. 5.
So next is Prison Break, which is actually a pretty cool one, specifically for one of the games involved in it, which Frank actually really enjoyed the game itself. But Prison Break basically involves where you're locked in a cell or a jail trying to break out of it. One really cool variation of it, though, is Prisoners of War, where you actually are a prisoner of war and you have to escape the jail and then escape the entire camp that you're being kept in.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Incorporate laser tag.
So we'll talk about that later.
What's next?
Next, we've got Find the Antidote. So that sort of is also along the lines of
Cure
Z. Yep, where you're just trying to create or find this vaccine, antidote that's in the room.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. After that, we've got spy-themed ones, where you're a spy, you're trying to break in, you're trying to recover something. Usually it's along those lines where you're a CIA agent, a spy. That's usually how they go. One of
Technically witch hunt.
Basically, our end game is a little different in Witch Hunt than in the spy game. But again, for spies, it's an innate part of the job: get in, get out.
Right.
So, yeah.
Next we've got Sherlock Holmes. So there's a lot of games involving where you are specifically trying to assist Sherlock, or you're trying to help him, or one, you're training to be his apprentice and you have to escape his library, but anything themed around the Sherlock Holmes, which...
Public domain.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want with him, but that's more Witch Hunt than
I guess
the other ones.
Yeah.
It's just a standard detective game.
So for anyone that doesn't know, public domain basically means that the product isn't held in rights by anyone in particular, so it's free to use. Anyone can make a Sherlock Holmes theme without licensing issues, drawing back to last week's conversation. Harry Potter is not in public domain. What else? What number are we on?
We are about to hit number 9.
Okay.
So number 9 would be treasure hunts, where you're either usually pirate themed or just general trying to find stuff. Bank heists fall under this category. Anything where you're trying to recover something that's hidden or locked up or not easily within your reach.
Okay.
So usually those tend to fall under like pirate themed ones, or the bank heists, which are also pretty popular right now, but pretty standard. Then last would be fall under medieval, which is kind of like what we did with Five Wits, anything medieval themed sort of, which also usually involves like some sort of magic or something along those lines.
Merlin the Magician.
Yep.
Well, there you have it, everyone. The 10 most popular escape room themes, as blogged by Christina.
Yep.
You can check out her blog at trapdoorescape.com.